Hi, Tom Cope for the Steve Taylor Community Connection. It's certainly an honor and a privilege to welcome in a wonderful young lady, Robin Guidera from Cocoon, the Cocoon, I should say. And Robin, I know you from way back. You're a community gal that's always done remarkable work for your work at the zoo. You did a great job for the zoo.
Thank you.
Now you're at the Cocoon. Kind of give us a thumbnail sketch of the Cocoon.
Sure. So we are Wood County's only domestic and sexual violence agency. So we serve survivors and their children throughout the county who are experiencing either physical or sexual assault. We're best known for our emergency safe shelter, and we can house up to 24 individuals for a short-term stay to make sure that they're safe. About 90% of what we do is working with people that have an alternate safe place to stay out in the community. So we provide them with services such as legal advocacy, medical advocacy, support groups, help with finding housing, pretty much anything that a survivor is going to need to move on from, that abusive situation, we can help them with.
I think a lot of times that women get put in situations where they're controlled by someone who maybe they hold the financials or purse strings, or their kids are threatened, and sometimes they're afraid to come forward. I don't know if there's and there shouldn't be a stigma attached to this, and it should be come forward, get help, and also the number of women that deal with these issues, I think, is much higher than the average person understands. They may say, well, I knew one person that went through something. I think it's a much higher stat than people realize. Is that kind of a true statement?
Yeah, so all of that. We are finding that as we continue to do the work and the education out in the community, the stigma is kind of less than it used to be.
Great.
But there's definitely still that stigma, and what survivors fear the most is when they come forward being judged for not having come forward.
Yeah.
Everyone's circumstance is different.
100%.
As you said, a lot of abuse includes financial abuse. So if you have 3 kids and you have no money, it's very scary.
How am I going to house the kids? How am I going to feed the kids? Because I don't have the means to do it without the other person. And so that's the controlling element of it. It seems hard too, Robin, for people to ask for help. And I don't know what that is. I see, Cross and I are out in the community all the time, and sometimes it's hard for people to ask for help. And again, I don't know why that is. I don't know if there shouldn't be. We all need help at some time with an issue. And why do you think that is? Because I know there's a hesitancy for people to ask for help.
Well, again, I think, in our particular situation, people are scared of being judged for being in that situation.
And it's not their fault.
And it's not their fault.
It's not their fault at all.
Not their fault at all. And one of the things that we talk about a lot is, when someone comes forward, we really take the approach of, you know what, thank you so much for sharing that with us. What do you feel your next best steps are, and how can we help you get there? We don't want to, when someone comes to us, say, well, you shouldn't have been in that situation, and so now you need to do A, B, C, and D. And so it really is just, helping give the folks that we deal with a little bit of their independence and control back. Because they've been in that controlled environment for so long, we really want them to start moving in a forward direction.
And I know you use the utmost care in protecting the ladies that are in these dangerous situations. Talk a little bit about, I know confidentiality is a major issue. I understand that, and protecting where they are, not letting maybe that person who is after them, in a sense, to have any ability to get to them, because they need to have a safe harbor. Talk about that element of it.
We are a semi-public agency, so we never publish our physical address.
Right.
The first point of contact, we have a 24/7 crisis line, and that's up 365 days a year. That would be the first point of contact with somebody at our agency. What we do is an assessment, and we figure out, are our services what you need? And if so, then what are our next best steps to get you what you need? We never ever, disclose anybody's name that we're working with. We do initials, even when we're talking amongst ourselves with the staff.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah. And I would think too, say phone calls coming in, I would think that would be a difficult, do you have to screen those? Do you not let people get phone calls, or are there code words that the good family members can use to call? How does that work out?
Sure. Well, if somebody calls our office, we can either confirm or deny that someone is staying with us. And so, it would be up to the survivor whether they're staying in shelter or we're working with them out in the community to make sure that the safe people in their life have their contact information. So we would never pass a call directly to
it's a difficult job, you know.
It's interesting.
And especially with cell phones, because you know, you have a person over the cell phone that, you know, are they going to take calls, and are they going to, you know, you have a big event coming up.
We do.
Yeah, and Steve and Terry and are proud to help sponsor it. Tell the folks when it's going to happen, what it is for the Cocoon.
Sure. Thank you so much, Tom, and Taylor Automotive family. We really appreciate the support. We're looking forward to a great partnership. This will be our 3rd year. It's a Perrysburg Family Fun Day. It will be held at Woodlands Park, in the shelter and around the shelter. It will be from 11 until 3. It is free and open to the public, so we encourage everybody to stop out. We will have Globation Circus on hand, and they will be doing live performances. DC Taylor will be doing live music. We have now serving their pop-up food tent. They'll be having lunch offerings. Bards will be offering refreshments for donation, and those donations will come back to the Cocoon. We feel it's very important for the community to get to know us in a softer way.
Right.
We will have a table there. We'll have all of our information. We'll have representatives that can answer questions. And even if you're not someone who's experiencing any type of violence yourself, just to know that we're there in case someone would come to you or you come across someone, it's just great to have that information to pass along.
It's going to be a great event, and you know, it kind of sometimes falls into the category, I think, Robin, of everybody knows someone, you know, who's unfortunately struggling with a partner or aggression or physical violence or threats. You know, it's so unfortunate, but it seems like everybody knows somebody, but you don't know where to send somebody for help. You know, that's not something that's readily, you know, on top of someone's mind. Okay, well, you just go here, you know. So this will be great to create the awareness, you know, and if people want to donate to the Cocoon, you're helping so many women in probably the most difficult time in their lives be able to get help, reassemble themselves. It's kind of like putting yourself back together, I think, in a lot of ways, right? Rebuilding yourself, rebuilding your confidence, you know, intrinsically feeling good about yourself because you did nothing wrong. You shouldn't feel bad about yourself, but I think it is a rebuilding process, and then allowing them to assimilate back into the community and be productive moms and productive workers, and you know, great with their kids. So what you're doing is tremendous. And so if somebody wants to contribute, how would they do that?
So you can go to thecocoon.org. Along the top there is a drop-down bar. Go to Get Involved, Financial Support, or you can call me, 419-373-1730, extension 1002. My name is Robin, and I'd be glad to walk you through, you know, any kind of support that you would be interested in offering, whether that's financial support, spreading awareness about our services, volunteering. We have all kinds of different ways that people can get involved.
On the way out, one last time, when is this big event now?
It is Saturday, August 12th from 11 to 2 at Woodlands Park in and around the shelter house.
Yeah, Robin, you know, you've always been a person I've always admired. You know, you've always done things that are improving our community, and I think the more people that have that outlook, the better off it will be. And you've always been a young lady that has a vision toward, hey, let's make Toledo a better place, the surrounding communities, Bowling Green, Wood County, and all of that. So we admire you, and we thank you so much for being with us, Robin.
Thank you.
All right. Tom Cole for the Steve Taylor Community Connection.